Steve here at West Green with Manavanani and Sivara Subramaniam. I am station master of West Green. My goodness gracious me, what is happening? Well, I'll tell you what's happening, Manny. I call him Manny, he's my mate. Part 14 of my J15 build. Sorry about my messy workbench. I've just been doing a couple of things. I just been cleaning up the body. This is the final stage now, painting. I've ordered the plates last night from Narrow Planet for 65462 30A shed plates and the works plates. So they're in order. I just checked a few things on it, made sure everything was nice and secure. Went over it with a wire brush with my Dremel. I've got a little one here. That one. I've got a bigger one too, but that one gets in all the little crevices, gets been round with getting off solder. Make sure the lamp irons are nice and secure, that sort of stuff. The whistle was, I needed to put just a bit more dab of solder on the whistle, so I used some solder paste and a very conical tip iron, a 0.5mm conical tip. That's all done. So I've just taken it outside into the kitchen. And out here, I washed the sink first, by the way. So what I did, I've got my Dremel here, and on the end, I've got a soft wire brush, like a bristle one, and then I put Jif on it, neat. I should have got some Barkeeper's Friend, that's pretty good. And I just put that on, and I went over it with a bristle brush, which really gets in. I've rinsed it, and so I rinsed it. I didn't use that Dremel. I used a toothbrush under hot running water. So I've got a glove on there. I don't want to touch it anymore. So that's it. It's going to be dried now, and then I'm going to get a coat of primer on it today. I promise you, today. So here I go. I'm just going to let gas out for a few minutes and put some more on. Okay, it's sort of evaporated off the thinners. One thing you don't want to do is go too thick with this stuff. You can go on pretty thick. That's why I'm It's getting there. Okay. That's going to do it. Oh, that's it. That'll do it. Now I just got to work out. I hate buffer beams, especially painting red with all this crap around the front. I'm beginning to think, I don't know what I'm going to do next. So I just paint the whole thing black, then try and paint the red. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, we'll have a look in a minute. Here again, 30th of April, and it's raining outside. Look at this. Lovely, isn't it? So I've been spraying. I've done the this tender chassis. This is my spray booth. It's made out of plywood. I've got a fan on the back, a hose, so it goes outside, and at the back I've got air conditioning filter. Now I've just completed the tender, so I'm using Humbrol 85 coal black or whatever it's called, and I'm using a Pash VL airbrush. There's the hairdryer and my Art Logic compressor. So what I do, using that top I made, which is really good, I pour some in here. I like it because you don't spill it down the tin. What do I need now? One of these, pipette, some white spirit, which I've got on the floor. That's not too bad. Stays on the side of the glass for a while. One airbrush. Hold on, I've got to get some bits of timber. So, got some timber, because I want to do the inside first. The guts, as they call it, the guts. And if I'm going to make a cock up, I normally do. I've got to stand up. a bit more paint. And then I'll continue on with this. Well, I've dried that off. I'll put this on the blocks now. If it does chip it off the valence a bit, and just touch it up with a brush anyway, so here we go. Right, here we go. I'll stand up again. Okay. Damn. It's the old airbrush. Fell down, didn't it? Oh well. it looks alright anyway. I'll just let it dry for a while. Come on, turn. Steve here again on Friday, the 1st of May 2020. Further to what my spraying of a loco, here it is. And I've been doing a bit of work on it. Now I sprayed the loco with Humbrol 85, which is called Coal Black or Satin Black. This one's got satin, but sometimes it has Coal Black on it. Anyway, so what I've done since yesterday, I've sprayed the buffer beam. Sorry, didn't spray it. I painted with a just normal paintbrush the buffer beam on both the tender and the loco matte white, number 30 something or other, who cares, 34. Anyway, so I've done that. The reason being is it's going to be red, and red doesn't paint well over black, so because it's very translucent. So I am going to, I've painted it white as like another undercoat, and now I'm going to hand paint the buffer beams red. But what else I've been doing, as you can see, hang on, I'm going to put this on the tripod. Okay, so what else have I been doing? The safety valves, 1 and 2, they are actually white metal castings. So they were painted black, but I've used some Humbrol 54 brass. They've had 1 coat each. I'm going to give them another coat. The whistle is actually a lost wax casting. So I actually covered the top of the whistle with a bit of heat shrink. But obviously where it goes into the cab there and there, that got painted black. So I scraped it back with a craft knife, and then using a, I've got a Dremel as well. I've got everything that opens and shuts, not quite. That's a wire brush, and I went, it's pretty, I went around on a very, very low speed just to get in a few crevices. So I've done that. Notice also the spectacle plate windows, they've got a brass surround. So I scraped those back with a craft knife. They're both on the outside and on the inside. So what I've got to do now, I've got to paint the inside of the cab. I'm going to paint that matte white, and then it's going to be a creamy colour. The tops won't be, they're like a dirty wood, and the floor obviously won't be white. So once I've done that, I can put in the back head, which I've completed. So that's done. And the screw reverser, which I painted white. Done the handle red because they were. With the tender, there's a brake stand on the tender. Let's see if I can. Oh, where is it? There. Sorry. I'll paint that white because that's going to be red. So I'll do that. Once that's all done, I can put the transfers on and varnish the whole thing. I'll varnish it in satin because it's going to get weathered anyway. But with the kit comes a crew. These are white metal, so they've just been painted with primer. And there's the driver. There's a fireman, and actually they look like they've been scanned because it looks very real. So yeah, I'm not. No, you get it. No, you. It's like Punch and Judy, isn't it, eh? So I've done that. So that's what I'm up to. So I'll be back. Oh, the other thing. Oh, I've got to tell you this. This is the chassis for the tender. I took the wheels off. They're just over the back here. But before I've even painted this, I want to put tender pickups on. So I'll have 6 wheels picking up for loco. I'll run a plug across to the tender. So I'll have 12 wheel pickup. You can never have enough pickups, believe me. So what I did is, this is PCB, printed circuit board, thin strips of. I built some etched brass, some sheet brass U-shaped pieces, and soldered that in, and then I soldered the PCB to it because it's double-sided. But what I did also is I tinned it first, and then before I painted it, I covered it with a soldering iron. I covered it with masking tape. After I painted it yesterday, I pulled the masking tape off. Now, the reason I did that, because it's a lot easier to solder pickups to tin the PCB. You've got to tin it anyway, but it's just easier, especially when you've got all the brake rigging on. Anyway, so that's where I'm up to at the present. I'll be back when I've done a bit more. Well, I'm out here at Fartuck's End shed with Mr. Madavarian Civil Supermanian at Fartuck's End. Oh my goodness. So here it is. I thought this is a good enough place to show it. This is my Kitwood Hill 48-foot turntable. And it works. And it works really well. So this is a J15. I'll just put it back on the chassis. You can see I've painted the buffer beams now. The handle for the brake standard in the tender, that's been painted. And the cab, I've done the tender back. It's got that's Humbrol 60. That's a matte red. It's had one coat, which is pretty good. It'll probably have 2 or 3 coats. Did put a bit of thinners in it because it was a bit gluggy. I don't want it like treacle. So, and I painted the inside of the cab white. It's going to be cream, but that's my undercoat. So I've got a bit on there, but as I said, that's all going to get touched up. I put the back head in, the reverser. So you can see it actually looks pretty good. Well, I think so anyway. So I just stopped it so you can see how it looks quite effective. As I said, it'll be a creamy colour. So let's start this thing going again. I'm just using the Gauge Master controller for the turntable operation. Good bit of kit. No pun intended there. No, it's a great kit. Good value, I think, and it's so easy to build, especially if you're an absolute professional like me. I'm not. I'll zoom out a bit. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with it. I mean, obviously once the numbers are on it, my tender emblem, and it's weathered down, it stands out like a sore thumb on that chassis. So, got a few things to do. I've got to scrape off the paint on the brass, the copper tubing, or rod it was. Still got a lot to do, but I'm getting there. One thing I will say is if you're going to paint with a brush, don't buy paint brushes from a model, not that there's any model railway shops, don't ever buy paint shops from a model shop. They don't sell good brushes anyway. Go to an art shop, get some good brushes like Winsor & Newton Sables, you know. Yeah, but model, you know, sort of model shop brushes, they're the sort of things I did when I built a Kitmaster 9F in the 1960s. I bought one a week for about 6 months. First one's got gluey fingerprints on it. I've had be able to track me down. It's probably in the bottom of the North Sea now, somewhere like that. Wheels didn't turn. And then I got high tech and I started to buy the paint from Woolworths. You know, remember the little jars? And it just glugged it on. You had a bright green 9F. I never was good at them. But anyway, that's so far so good. So I put the press fix transfers on. A couple of warning flashes on the back. put the flashes on the boiler. That's the number. Just checking it's all straight. It's going to go cross-eyed. Okay, dip that in some water. And the backing paper's coming off. Just check if it's straight. Well, that looks pretty good. Not perfect. I've still got a bit of touching up to do. See how I've touched the copper on there? Loads of stuff to do. So I've got all the numbers on it now. Got RA1 down there. Got the electric overhead wall and flashes, which it would have had on, because the Great Eastern had 1500 DC electrification in 1949. Just stop it there a second. So I can zoom into the cab. Yeah, so I've fitted the back head and the screw reverser, which you can just see. I've got a couple of gauges to put in there. Still a few things to do. Yeah, there's some gauges just above those brass gauges. Yeah, they've got to go in. What else? Yeah, just a few little odds and sods of full plate, crew. Tomorrow I've only just put the decals on, transfers, whatever you want to call them. So I've got to seal the whole loco tomorrow. So I'll airbrush it with some Humbrol satin varnish. So there you go. Bit more done. Almost there. Can you say that? Almost there? I just did. Steve here again. I'll tell you a bit about my, this is continuing on my painting. Yesterday I put some supposedly satin varnish, Humbrol satin varnish, see, satin 135 varnish on my J15. I'd painted it with Humbrol 85 coal black, and even that wasn't what I call a satin. I mean, to be honest, that is totally matte. Anyway, when I mix it up, obviously you gotta, and I do mix it up well. I mix them up with this. I made that. God, I'm a genius. Bit of brass slit across the top, and I just put it in a. I use a cordless drill because you just put it in and for a minute. I mean, you can't mix up any better than that. This is the varnish. I'm never going to use this stuff again. Never, ever. I mean, it looks. I don't know what colour you call it. It's like a, probably doesn't look too good on the camera. It's like a greeny sort of olivey colour. And I was a bit dubious about it. I found the gloss is okay. Now I realise there's matting agents in this, but I'm wondering if I just put the wrong lid on it. I wonder if that's actually matte. Because that certainly is. So anyway, I want to show you. I'm going to go outside and show you what I'm doing. Here's the Loco with the 85 in it. And the so-called satin varnish, which is totally matte. Now I've fixed up the underside of this, and I'm using this product. I'm at Bunnings Hardware. Rust-Oleum satin. Made in America. It's got to be good. Anyway, so I'm going to spray it now, and you watch the difference. I need to let that gas out a bit and put another coat in it. I'll be back. It was a perfect day today. It's 20 degrees, very low humidity. It's absolutely a beautiful day. So there's the Loco. I think that's what I would call a satin finish. And there's the tender. That's a satin finish too. Well, according to what varnish I used it is, and I've used stuff like that before and never had a problem. Anyway, I've masked off the tender because I'm actually going to leave the tender frames matte black. I'm going to spray that in a second. Well, there's the tender of the J15. Down below, that's the frames. That's Humbrol 85. Sorry. Humbrol 135 satin varnish. That is the Rust-Oleum paint varnish I bought. You tell me which is matte and which is satin. Anyway, that's done now. So, lesson learned, don't use Humbrol varnish. Oh my goodness gracious me, Steve here back at West Green with Mr. Manny Vananian, Siva Subramaniam. Or is it Manny Vananian, Siva Subramaniam, Station Master West Green? So, what I've got here is some coal. This is Welsh coal. Kind of. New South Wales Welsh coal. Australian Welsh coal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it with a spray bottle, mist it on, and then I'm going to mix, I've got some water, which I'm going to mix some PVA wood glue in with a wee drop of Scottish washing up liquid, is going in there, and that will form, when it will form a hard amalgam. Come on, say after me, the word. Amalgam. So, here we go. See this? Water. It's not holy water. It's in a cold smart by. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Hopefully the Holy Spirit is single malt Belvini. My goodness gracious me, Mr. Siva Subramaniam likes single malt. Anyway, so what I've got here is some water, and I'm going to put in some. I've put a dash of washing up liquid in it, and I've got some PVA wood glue. With the end of the poon, yes, you heard it correctly, a poon. like Alka-Seltzer. Can you still get that stuff? It looks alright, maybe a bit more. Well, so there you go. I've got this syringe here. I use these for oil. These are brilliant. Plus my medication. Don't mess with me. So now watch this. See, look at this. Because there's water on there. Oh, just drop it on. This is like you do. If you don't know already, this is how you do ballast. Ballast. And this, oh, love that clock. What's the time? 7:30. You're in Australia. So I'm putting it on. So, good thing about this PVA wood glue is it dries clear. And to be honest, nothing looks better than real coal. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I've got the heater on here today, the wood fire. Because it's winter here. Oh, it's not exactly. But it's early May. So I'm going to put this in front of the fire. Ruby, what do you think about my videos? Yes, I like them. They're very nice, Dad. It's alright, I'm mad, I don't care. I'm too old to care anymore. Well, being an expat, I want to know, is an expat a dead Irishman? I don't know. Anyway, here's me tender, full of Welsh coal, my friend. I'm going to bung it in front of the fire. This will dry out. This will be rock hard tomorrow. Doesn't matter about that. What I'll do, hang on. I'll put it up like that. And I'll get some paper tissue. Soak that up, if that's okay. This will be dry in the morning. So that's it. I'm going to put another log on the fire. And being here in Australia, nothing burns better than good old Aussie iron bark. Good stuff. I'm as snug as a bug in a rug. Who said that? Anyway, so that's it. Tomorrow, I've got people coming over, but what I'll do, I'm going to weather it. I'm pretty pleased with everything so far. Old Big Jim's Connoisseur kits are super brilliant. Jim, I hope you're listening to this. If you want to buy a good kit, Connoisseur. And I suggest you'll see the link in the description below. Alright? Here we've got one J15 65462. Almost finished. Put the coal in yesterday. I got the crew to put in some lamp irons, some weathering. I weathered the chassis of a loco before I put it all together. I've got to do I've got to weather the whole tender. I haven't got the smoke box number or Stratford shed plates yet. They're on order, but maybe I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks and I'll get them. Maybe a bit longer with this virus. Who knows? But pretty pleased with it. Beautiful engine. Beautiful. Now, if you look at the tender, you notice this is gloss and that's matte. Believe it or not, that's actually supposed to be, sorry, that's gloss. Let's go start again. The loco and tender are satin. They were supposed to be satin using Humbrol 135 satin varnish. This would have to be the biggest lot of rubbish I've ever used. It used to be good stuff. I don't know what they've done with it. I seriously don't. And I sprayed it, and I've done a lot of spraying in my time, but it came up like that. Now that is matte. So, sick of that, yesterday I went to the hardware store, to Bunnings. This is in Australia, right? And I bought this. Rust-Oleum. I thought, this is going to be good. It's made in the States, clear. Satin. So yesterday, I sprayed this. Look how good that's come up. I decided I actually masked off with just normal masking tape the chassis, because I didn't want that to be, I wanted that to be matte anyway. I mean, the matte looks all right, but not from a tin of satin varnish, it don't. Anyway, my next trick is to, my next day or so, is to weather it. I'll dust over a bit of an ashen grey colour. I might even put in a bit of Humbrol earth. And I use, for thinners, I'll use the what's the murky evil paintbrush cleaner. I'm not going to put good thinners in. That's just going to add to it. That's what I normally do. And then I will get some Humbrol 113 and put a bit of rust in. I actually might put a bit of coal dust on the front, like the fire, like it's been cleaned out. Bit of white, what do I call it? Lime scale from the safety valves and a few things. Even maybe round on the ejector overflow pipes down the bottom. Yeah, but other than that, I'm pleased with it. Coal in yesterday. As I said, I've got the lamp irons and a few things. The other day it was almost finished, then the day after that it was almost finished, and now it's almost finished. I can't keep going with this. Next time it'll be finished, and I'll show you it running.